words of power because we are kings and our words matter. What do you think the will is for? The will is such a tremendous capacity that I can think and I can decide what I will let in and what I will not let in. And I can determine what will come into my mind, what will come into my heart, what will come into my life, what will come into my phone or my computer or whatever. I can determine what will come in and what will not come in and should not come in. And I can lock it.
Jesus, you are my King. Jesus, you are my King. Jesus, you are my King. Jesus, you
Sing of your love
Obadiah. Now look at verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. I'm going to just stop there because the rest of the verse is about something else. But let's take this statement. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. What a significant statement. In Tamil, it says it very beautifully. That means you are being deceived, cheated, taken for a ride because of the pride of your heart. Now, what does the pride of the heart do in this matter? The pride of the heart says, no, temptation is not going to get me. No, I'm a strong person. What do you think I am? One man told me, well, brother, I've traveled the world and seen every culture and seen every people and been with every kind of situation. Don't tell me I'm that weak. I'm strong, brother. I'm strong for any temptation. I said, hope you are. Because that's the way pride manifests. The pride says, temptation won't do anything to me. I am stronger than the tempted. I cannot be tempted. Temptation cannot be dangerous to me. No. But how many of you know we're all human beings? Temptation is dangerous for all of us. Christian, non-Christian, everybody. Temptation is dangerous for all of us because we are all human beings. We all have natural human desires, human needs, and so on. And we all have a body. We all have a mind. Temptation, no matter who we are, how spiritual you are, how many years you've been a Christian, temptation is temptation. You see, you got to watch out. You cannot have this false confidence, you see. You cannot have this pride where you say, no, temptation don't matter, It don't come to me, It may come to that person. This man may fall, that woman may fall, but not me. Some people have that kind of attitude, about temptation. You can't have that kind of attitude. That's the pride of the heart that deceives people. That's the pride of the heart, I think, that leads people to sinning. Because they think, no, this can't hurt me, this can't do me in. No. This can't do anything to me. I'm all right. I won't be falling into this temptation. I am fine. Maybe that girl, she'll get tempted and taken by, this thing. Not me. I'm a stronger person. Maybe that man, yeah, but not me. I'm a stronger person. That's the pride of the heart that deceives us. What does humility say? Humility says, I am being tempted. I don't need to look at it. I don't need to have a conversation in this situation. I don't need to put myself in that situation. I should not, because if I put myself in that situation, it's dangerous for me. I will be tempted to do something tomorrow. It's dangerous for me. I don't need it because I'm a human being. I don't need it. I don't want this temptation because this can down me literally. That's humility. How many of you understand what I'm talking about? A lot of people, they have this false confidence. They think that nothing will happen. So they say things like, well, brother, you see, I am like this. I will look, but I will not touch. I'm strong, you see. I'm such a strong, you've heard that, right? I'll look, but I'll not touch. Strong guy, But the thing is, think straight, Don't believe the devil's lies. You got to think straight. And this is a church, and you need to, when you come into the church, at least you think straight. Right? I can look, but I won't touch, they say. I'm so strong. But the fact that you're interested in looking tells me that you're weak. Why are you looking? Because you're weak, only you're looking. Hello? Let's talk. Looking straight. On the camera. Time to change the mode now. So we need to remember that we are human beings, but we are tempted, and we can very easily, be pulled by temptations. Temptations are dangerous for us. We need to know, that temptation is a real thing, and we need to admit that temptation is going on. And only when we admit, then we can even take action and avoid it. When you don't admit, how are you going to avoid it? When you don't admit it, you fail to avoid it. When you think you're strong, whereas you're not, and you really fail to avoid it. And like I said, when you're looking, that's an indication that you're not strong, that you are indeed weak. That's the indication. Now, turn to Ephesians chapter 4. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 27. Neither give place to the devil. I'm sure you've heard this verse many times, but let's look at that. We're talking about avoiding temptation, right? I showed you how Adam and Eve did not avoid temptation, and that's why that it climaxed into them doing exactly what God told them not to do. There's only one thing God told them not to do. They ended up doing that because they failed to avoid temptation. They entertained the tempter. All right. Now 4:27 says, Ephesians 4:27 says, neither give place to the devil. It's simply saying, simply put, it's saying, avoid giving place to the devil. Don't give any place to the devil. Now it's like this. In those days, I used to go to college here in Chennai. I used to take a bus and then take a train and travel long ways to go to college. And those days, to go to college was itself a big ordeal. You got to get in the bus, it'll be all crowded. And you got to get in the train, it's all crowded. You got to be hanging out, most of the time. And you got to catch that bus. It always ends up in the last minute. You got to catch that bus to get to college, so, and to get to the station. So you're always hanging out there, trying to just catch that bus. And somebody comes and says, brother, just move a little bit, just this much space I need to put my feet in there. So you look at the guy and he looks pitiful, because he's got books and he looks like he's going to college and he's late and he's in trouble. So you feel like, all right, let's help this guy, So you have only this much space. So you just move your feet a little bit and give that guy a little place. And when you give that guy a little place, you will find that in a few minutes, you will be hanging and he will be inside. Right? Because these guys are like that. They'll get in like that. They'll talk a different language when they want to get in. After they get in, they say, just take your hand, brother. I want to get in. And then take your leg here this way and move over this way. Come this way. Go this way. And finally, you find yourself hanging out and he is inside, you see. What I mean to say is, he acts like he doesn't want anything from you. He just wants this much space. But then he's got all of the place and you got nothing. The devil is a mean fellow like that. When he gets into your life, when he gets in, he simply seems to say, I just want a little place. That's all. Just a little bit. Just little. And then when you give him little, then he's got the whole thing. He'll come, you get him into the front porch. He will come all the way to the back kitchen. Soon he'll be eating there, as if it's his house. That's the way the devil is, And the Bible says, don't give him any place. Don't entertain him. Don't give him any place. Don't trust him because this is such a guy. Now let me read to you other translations. Translations are plenty these days. Very easy with the computers and everything. You just put the words and it just flows, Every translation in the whole world, So you can, it's very interesting to read the translations also without any effort, sitting in one chair, not going looking at different books or something like that, different Bibles. You can read all the translations. So let me read some of them. It's very interesting. Darby translation says, neither give room for the devil. NIV says, don't give devil a foothold. And Darby translates it as, neither give room for the devil. And ESV, that is English Standard Version, says, and give no opportunity for the devil. Now, meaning becomes more clear. Don't give the devil any opportunity. And GNT translation says, don't give the devil a chance. Now that's becoming even simpler, isn't it? Don't give him a chance. Don't let him even have a chance in your life. Don't give him an opportunity. Don't give him a chance. Don't give him a room. NCV translation says, do not give the devil a way to defeat you. Wonderful. Don't give the devil a way to defeat you. You don't have to be defeated. You are supposed to be victorious. God has freed you from sin. His son died on the cross and purchased for you redemption that includes freedom from sin, from the clutches of sin, from the dominion of sin, from the power of sin. You have been set free. Let not sin reign over you, is the Bible command. It doesn't have to reign over you. You don't have to allow it. But if you allow the devil and give him room and give him an opportunity and a chance, you are giving him a way to defeat you. You get defeated not because God has not helped you. You get defeated because you allowed the devil to defeat you. Come in there and open the door for him. Wuest translation gives it like this. And stop giving an occasion for acting, brackets, opportunity, to the devil. Don't let the devil act up. Don't devil do something in your life. Don't give him an occasion to come in and act in your life, which is exactly what Adam and Eve did. They gave him an opportunity. They gave him a chance. They gave him room. Everything here just graphically describes what exactly happened. They opened the door. They gave him room. They gave him a chance. They gave him an opportunity, a way to get defeated, and they got totally grounded and defeated, completely done away. Yeah. So what does it mean when it says don't give any place to the devil? Don't give any opportunity or chance to the devil. In modern times, now we've read the Bible. Bible uses old words because it's written in a particular culture, but we have to convert it into modern culture. Now today, we're not in a garden, and the devil is not going to enter that garden and come in and talk under a tree to us. Today, sinning has become so easy. All you got to have is a little phone. You can sin. While you're sitting with 10 others, you can be sinning busily. That's how easy, because the Bible says that people are not only sinners, they are inventors of sin. Just imagine that. They're inventors of sin. So they invented cell phone, not to sin. But some people invented how to sin on a cell phone. They invented computers. Now they've invented how to sin on a computer. So even the police department and all of that, all these people, they have to open a separate department now to deal with the IT crimes. Crimes that has to do with cyber crime and all of that, Because, the ordinary policemen don't understand computers, They got to find some guys to find out what's happening because it's gone beyond their thing, Somebody's hacking computers. Somebody's getting into somebody's accounts, and somebody's, doing things, sitting here, they'll withdraw money from somewhere in another country into their account, All of these tricks they are doing. Crimes are happening. So today, to sin, you don't have to go to any place, You can be sitting in your room with a computer or even with a cell phone, I was sitting in the barber shop yesterday, and there was one guy sitting next to me watching a movie on his cell phone. Just busily with his headphone, just his wife is having some hairdo or something like that. And he is just busily watching a movie, Sitting there and, maybe it's a good one, Sitting there and watching. So there's so much available by way of technology. And there is SMS, there is email, there is chatting and all kinds of things, And there's so many ways to sin now. You can use it for good as well as for bad. It's become like that. So some of these young people, you find that they're sending about 1,000 SMS every month, And you'll be surprised how fast they can do it. They can be looking at you talking and going busily, And for me to send one line, you got to look. These guys sit in both hands working just busily. They're talking to you and busily sending messages and getting messages. And boy, it's just working like anything. It's become so convenient, But the thing is, I hope everybody uses it for good, but then the thing is, a lot of people end up using it for bad. They're chatting with somebody and the thing crosses the limits, and you talk about things that ought not to be talked to, talked about, and the things cross limits with the SMS and the language used there and so on, and what is said there and so on. All of this goes to a point where it is wrong, where this is where you need to stop, but you keep on doing it. That's what I'm talking about. It says don't give any room. That means stop that SMS right there and tell whoever it is sending, he said, I don't entertain such SMS. Let me not hear from you again. This will be the last. Over. Finished. Period. Hello. If you go at it more, if you keep doing it, and then what happens? You are giving room. You are giving the devil a chance. You are giving the devil an opportunity. You are opening the door to be defeated. Tomorrow, to cry, sit there and shed tears. You are opening the door for something bad to happen, and you can't blame God for it. You're responsible. God told Adam, don't let the devil in. He let him in. God didn't stop him because he's in charge. God respects you and I. God, when he told him, guard the garden, he meant to lock it up. Lock it up. Keep it locked up. Put your compound wall, lock it up. Don't let this devil in. Let him not come in there. Do you know that God has given us a lock in our personality? We can literally exercise that kind of a control, like a compound wall with a gate, with a man standing there. That kind of a protection we have, even in our human personality, and that is what is called the will. Hello? What do you think the will is for? The will is such a tremendous capacity that I can think and I can decide what I will let in and what I will not let in. And I can determine what will come into my mind, what will come into my heart, what will come into my life, what will come into my phone or my computer or whatever. I can determine what will come in and what will not come in and should not come in. And I can lock it. Even while watching TV, I can lock it. I can determine what I will watch and what I will not watch. Like one fellow said, well, brother, all this junk comes in, I just end up sitting and watching. Who told you to watch? All this junk comes in and you end up sitting and watching? Well, it all comes, brother. What to do? No, that's why they're giving you what is called a remote. And in that remote, there is called what is called a child lock, and it is not just for children. First, get that revelation. It's for you also. See, church, you get all natural revelation also. Apart from spiritual Bible ones. It's for adults also. They must simply name it lock, not child lock. Because what does a child know? He can't even exercise his will and lock it. A 5-year-old kid is not capable of exercising will enough to not watch the show and lock it. But there are adults sitting there, 30 years old, who can exercise their will and tell themselves to stop it, stop watching it, but they're sitting and watching it. They need that lock. As soon as they get the TV, they need to go there and find out what the lock does and how to use the lock and lock up everything that you don't want and keep open everything that you want. In our human personality itself, God has given us the will that we can decide and determine to allow and let in whatever we decide and keep out whatever we decide to keep out. So we have no excuse. We can't tell that this came and this happened and I ended up doing it and so on. That's not right at all. If Adam and Eve simply refused the devil entry into the garden, refused to have any talk with him, refused to not get involved in any way with him, how wonderful it would have been. We'll not be sitting here, we'll be sitting in some garden enjoying life. We won't need a church. We'll all be talking, walking with God. Now we have to come away from the world and have a church separately because the whole world is messed up and we got to come here and sing and preach and worship and all of that, you see. The whole world would have been a different world today. You see, if they had taken the attitude, I will not have anything to do with the devil, no talk, no conversation, no entertainment, no place, not allowed, no devil, you can't get in here. A teetotaler attitude, don't get in here, get out, have nothing to do with you. If they had taken that attitude, today our life would be different.
Everybody, let's clap our hands. Clap with me if you can. Your love is everlasting, it's an everlasting love.
Your mercy is as new as every rising of the sun. And your loving kindness better than life. Your grace is all sufficient, it's an all sufficient grace. Your power and your glory are forever on display. And your loving kindness is better than life. Oh, it's better. Oh, better than life. Oh, so much better. Jesus, your loving kindness is better than life. Fairest of 10,000. Fairest of 10,000, you are fair. And nothing in this world could ever measure up, compare to your loving kindness. Your loving kindness is better than life. All your ways are just, oh Lord, you're just in all your ways. And I will lift my hands, oh Lord, with gratitude and praise for your loving kindness better than life. Oh, it's better. Oh, it's better than life. Oh, so much better. Jesus, your loving kindness. Oh, it's better. Oh, better than life. Oh, so much better. Jesus, your loving kindness is better than life. Just think about his loving kindness to us. Think about how he has been good to you, loving to you. Sing this with me. Jesus, your loving kindness is better than life itself. Better than life itself. Jesus, your loving kindness is better than life itself. It's better than life. Jesus, Jesus, your loving kindness is better